All right, I don't have a headset on at all, but T'Challa is at daycare to get his zoomies out before he's gonna concentrate for class. Um, I kind of doubt anybody's gonna be joining me since the time change. We will find out, I suppose, as we progress. I am gonna save some of the stuff that I have for that I think Donnie or Eddie might be interested in until later. We are going to start off with the best pop album uh, nominee, which is The Pomps, Bottom of the Pomps. That is the name of the album. And the track off the album that I'm playing for you here is Fire in the Neighborhood.
And to think what some call kink, others call art or self. This kink brings joy, that kink kills. Which is better for art and self? All right, are you done now?
watched this last night, so I think it was last night, recently. So I knew that I knew we had a little poetry session there at the end of the song. I guess we're supposed to snap, right?
I didn't realize it was poetry. I thought he was just talking to his cat, but okay. I don't think I had the volume up loud enough. Sorry, buddy. But I missed your poetry, buddy. But it's okay. I'm down. I'm for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah. How you been, man?
Good. I figured I'd pop in today. I didn't know. I know you changed the time. I figured I'd hang out. I don't know if I'll be making any of the other shows in March because March is filled up already. The first 3 weekends are already gone. So I don't think March is happening. So I'll figure out pop in today and play some nominee videos. If you didn't already play them, I'm trying to do some quick research and make sure you didn't play the ones that I'm going to play. So I'll just keep checking as I go. But yeah, it doesn't look like you played Skink Tank, and that's a good one. From the Oceana.
Okay. Yeah. Do that.
Yeah, but how have you been? Before I jump into the video, how have you been?
Oh, busy. I mean,
yeah, it sounds like it.
Hence the change of the time. Yeah, I don't know if it's better or worse to that we changed everything, but
it's definitely worse. Whenever people, if it's a live show and people are trying to watch it, whenever you change it, they're going to get a lot of attrition.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, people don't really watch the live show. I mean,
in that case, it probably doesn't matter then that much.
I just meant as far as T'Challa's training, like, it's a 6-week class, so it's like.
Oh, you're talking about the dog's training, not the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you that's the whole reason is like because his training's at 1:30 and the show's usually at 2, so it's like. Like we went ahead and did it, but it's like, I don't know that it really matters. But the thing is, I think it was going to mess up. Well, it depends on Wendy's schedule a little bit, but like it was going to overlap with the winter shows. Like on, I don't know, but it is what it is. So, but I didn't have like a huge compelling reason not to do it. So I was like, sure, we'll just go ahead and do it.
So I understood it as this was a 1-week change, or is this a full-time change now? That's what it sounds like you're saying. So
so it's complicated because next week I have the interview with Omar, and that'll be at the regular time, and then the week after that. Omar and Jason are gonna do like I don't actually know what they're gonna do. I was like, look, if you guys think that Black History Month is stupid, then whatever you got, but it's like I'm gonna be honest. I'd say I was like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like I've got a date where I'm not gonna be around. I feel like I should at least offer you guys, like, there's not a lot of people in color in our scene. Like, it seems like a good opportunity. And they were like, yeah, we're down.
Okay.
And so that was actually supposed to be the 18th, but then I moved my plans, and then Jason had some stuff come up on the 18th. And so they're doing it on the 25th. So it ended up all working out because the 25th is the time when I ended up not being available. And then the week after that, I have interview with Ty Christian from Lords of the Trident. Which I think that'll be interesting for folks to check out. I don't exactly know. I think Ty might be doing music full time now. But they're doing like on their video, on their the band's video pages, it's mostly just him. I guess I don't know who's doing the editing, but he's doing the acting. But he's doing like metal meme videos.
Cool.
Like, yeah. It just like building like, so I mean, I think Ty would like to be doing Creative Commons music. And Lords of the Trident was a Creative Commons band for their first 3 or 4 albums. And then they got a label deal. And then they released like an acoustic version of a bunch of their Creative Commons songs. Like after that, I guess they were, not interesting, and maybe the label wasn't interested in releasing the acoustic album. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so I mean, who knows what's in the future for them, because like there are some labels like Kill Rock Stars, which we definitely played some stuff off of their label last week. I don't know if we've got anything lined up for this week, but there are a few labels that kind of let bands do that, as long as they're doing not allowing for commercial stuff. So I mean, it's possible they could find a label after this label deal is done. I know that I know they went with this label because they were able to do Japanese releases, and that was really important for the band. So yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to hear from Ty, like how that's working out. And then Ty, of course, does he heads the Mad with Power festival in Madison, Wisconsin. So he's got a lot of stuff going on. So there's a lot to talk about on March 3rd. But anyway, I'll just keep that at the regular time too. I guess I should check the schedule. Well, no, I think that'll be fine because we're on vacation that week. So I know Wendy can take T'Challa. And then the 10th, I'll have to look for the 10th. And then the 17th, I think is going to be the end of the season. I haven't really figured out what I want to do about that, because we have now we're doing this summit thing on Net Label Day, but I don't really know that I need to promote it. Like it's kind of the idea is it's just an experiment. Like we see who shows up, see how like does it inspire other people to do Net Label Day events, and like I kind of at some level I kind of don't care if people don't show up. So I think we'll probably I keep going back and forth, but I think we'll probably end the season on the 17th, and we'll start back up with season 2. I guess the week after Net Label Day, or maybe I'll do a show on Net Label. I don't know what we'll do after that Midwest Summit, which we're calling it the Midwest Summit. So like to suggest that it's going to be small, like we're not trying to get like people to fly in, but like if people want to come, then they're like outside of the Midwest, like people are welcome to come if people want to. I mean, Minneapolis is a great place in the summer. So yeah. But in any case, there's a lot happening.
That will be competing with Net Label Day 24-hour stream, but I guess it doesn't matter because they just keep that up all year, or somehow you can incorporate that into what you're doing that
day
too, because that would be great to cross promote.
So I'm talking to a guy in Japan, one of the CC Japan guys. I need to talk to Cheese and Pot C if they want to do anything. I haven't yet. But it seems like there might be some interest in doing something for Net Label Day in Japan. And we're gonna do our event on the 13th, which strictly speaking is not Net Label Day, but it'll already be Net Label Day, in Asia.
Right.
And so at 9, actually, I probably got the times wrong because I don't think Japan does daylight savings time, and we do. But if it were
you're
9 a.m. would be midnight in Japan. So I think I might have the times off by an hour. But in any case, like I'm hoping we can do something, and maybe it'll just be turning into the stream. Like I don't have a lot of things planned. I need to talk to like Mike about, and other people too, but like, I'm thinking like if Mike could do like a presentation on like making album art or something like that, like, like a little how to, like, these are the tools we use. Like, these are the things we think about when we make good album art. Like that could be really, I think, a useful thing for DIY musicians, but the idea is to kind of like get together and like, how do we make things better? Like, I mean, we're going to have like, food and stuff, but like the idea is sort of like more like conference than it is like party. But conferences can be fun too. So I think some of the Net Label Day stuff will be sort of, like I said, it's kind of it's kind of an experiment, but it's sort of like, let's celebrate Net Label Day, but also like, you know, what else can we do like moving forward? I know that's one thing that Omar talked a lot about last year at the end of Net Label Day, and then he's had like family stuff go on, and I don't think he's been able to implement a lot of his ideas. But you know, he kind of wants Net Label Day to have like a greater presence like year round. And I don't know. I mean, Omar and I, like, we're going to talk next week, and this is something we'll probably talk about. But I mean, I think Omar can be involved in the CC scene, and I think the CC scene should probably do more stuff like without it being like Net Label Day. You know, like Net Label Day can still just be a day. That's sort of my take on it. But I do think we as a scene need to do better of like it was just missed before. I mean, I say it's just missed, but like obviously like people are putting out music. I mean, like you've put out tracks, like, is it every single Net Label Day or just like the last 7 or something like that?
Every single one since I found out about it.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I think every single one since 2016. I think I'd have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But yeah, I haven't missed one yet. So I'm plotting for this year already.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, like the musicians and the net labels, they're doing their thing, and I don't want to take away from that aspect. But as far as the like organization of things, like it was just missed, and like now it's just Omar, and it's like I don't feel like that's a good place. Like I feel like Net Label Day has become like a important piece of the year for Creative Commons folks, and like Omar needs like support, you know. So we just got to figure out like, you know, what is Omar? I don't know if Omar even knows what he wants. So you know, I think Omar needs to decide what kind of community support does he want, and then we got to figure out how we give that to him. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that next week, and hopefully, like I said, when we get some folks here on July 13th, we can sort of talk about how do we make that stuff happen. That's the idea. So we'll see how that all goes. All right, I rambled on for a while there. That was a good ramble, I think, but I rambled on for a bit there. Did you have you mentioned the one from the Oceana? Did you have a video picked out for that?
I do, and I'm gonna play it shortly. But I just want to say, responding to your comments, I just like an artist would. I think something like Net Label Day could do a better job of staying top of mind throughout the year, just like you're saying. But it is nice to have that one day to remind everybody that Creative Commons exists while it still lasts. I'm not sure how AI is going to affect it, because a lot of people use the Creative Commons music for beds for the videos, so that's just going to be wiped out as soon as AI can make quality music. It already can, but I mean, I think it needs a couple more years until it equals what a musician can do. Unfortunately, that's just going to wipe out all need for Creative Commons unless the AI community, if they want to start using those licenses, then that would be a nice integration. But I don't know how I guess everyone will have their personal philosophy. Each company will have their personal philosophy on that.
Yeah.
Most people will want to make money from it. So, but there'll probably be some open source people from the Creative Commons community that's interested in it. I'm interested in the AI space, but I also see it could make Creative Commons in the music sector irrelevant potentially, but it just depends how the ball rolls. But
yeah, I mean,
that's an interesting thing to think about.
It just kind of depends on what, I mean, a lot of people think that, basically these companies that are doing the AI training the musicians like tons and tons of money for all.
Yeah, that's right. There's that. There's different ways to go about it. There's a couple companies that use MIDI instead of the samples, and I think they're getting around that somehow because they're training MIDI files to create MIDI instead of actual.
Well, I mean, if you're creating your own music to do the training, then that's fine. But like all these all the different AI videos where you see it's like Johnny Cash's voice and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Oh yeah,
they have to train that on
That's
Johnny
true.
Cash's voice,
right.
and like
Definitely.
I'd say there's a decent chance that like OpenAI gets hit with like a several $billion lawsuit, and I think
Yeah.
there's a decent chance all of that's just going to end. So
That's also
what-
yeah, the ball could roll that way too, very very easily. Yeah, that's a really good point because
so
but I think people like Johnny Cash, well, his pimp, meaning he's probably still signed to a label. So his pimp is probably gonna get like sell the rights to his persona. And as far as AI goes, I think artists, but mostly their label pimps will pimp them out to be like grab money from their persona so people can replicate their persona. But it gets out of control because you can make Cash say or do anything, and then that's dangerous territory.
yeah, I mean,
But
who
I
knows
think
how all that's going to end up?
Yeah, that's another conversation, I guess. I think my point was I went off the rails on that, but I was just saying it's a nice Label Day is a nice day to remind people that the CC community even exists. And
Yeah,
I guess my side point was if it still exists in the next 10 years, because I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of stuff. The sands are shifting, and
Yeah.
we'll see if it's still relevant. It's definitely going to still be relevant in education. Fun to think about, and it's interesting. And I think it's all very interesting. I'll definitely keep my eye on the music side of AI. I did a little collaboration with an AI company that was fun. So I'm completely open to it, but it just depends on, I like the idea of being able to whip up some music, like an instrumental, and then writing a.
Yeah, I do think, I mean, that's actually, I think for writers and stuff too. I think that and like these people that just like copy and paste like things that ChatGPT tells them, it's like that's just insane. Like it's not an answer machine. Like all it's doing, like it's autocorrect. It's fancy autocorrect. That's all it is. Like so. But anyway, yeah,
that's a really good point. Yes.
Let's listen to the one you found from Oceana.
All right, great. How long how long are the shows now? Because are you still keeping them to 45 minutes, or just so I can pace myself?
Yeah. So what we the guy Dave, and then there's a guy Ben over there that's involved now over at Dalek.zone. They increased my daily limit to like 2 gigs or something. So,
cool.
Or maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was like 10
you've
gigs. I don't know.
Like, obviously, you've been speaking to them directly and working with them for custom.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Dave's a fan, and he actually reached out to me and was like, "Hey, if you need some more space, then I can make that happen. How much do you need?"
Wow.
And so I think the reality, we probably can't do like, I think the YouTube limit is like 10 hours. 10 hours might be too long. I think there's a good chance that's too long. Last week's show was almost 2 hours long, and that was fine. Yeah. So there's not really but like, we're gonna hit the limit of I don't want to sit in this chair anymore before we hit the actual like physical limit of what we can upload to the server. So, my plan was to just go through one for each of the categories like I did last week, but I might not do that because we had a nice little chat session here. What I think I might do is just go through I didn't do Africa or Western Europe last week because I thought Eddie might be able to come this week. Because Eddie talked about it. So I want to do those, and I think I might just skip the rest of we can play the Oceania one that you picked, but I think I might just skip the rest of the regions and just do the genres, and then call it after that. So I think that's probably gonna end up being pretty close to a couple of hours. But it kind of depends. I didn't really look at track links at all. Last week we ended up having like a couple of like 8 and 9 minute tracks. So
Oh,
could
okay.
end up being shorter if we don't do that. So
I noticed in your email you said you invited all the judges this week. So did you send out a CC blast, Facebook blast to them or something to remind them? Or did you decide not to do that because of the time change or whatever?
Well, I mean, I just sent out the email to the judges like, hey, it's going to be at 11, like show up when you want, sort of thing.
Yeah, I was curious to see if anyone would show. Today.
So like, last week I was just I had everything ready to go beforehand, and I was just like, I'll just post that that I'm live, and then Sam ended up showing up, and I was like, well, maybe other people want to show up and talk about the tracks they pick, so I just let everybody know we were doing that. And so I'll probably send out a reminder when it's gets closer to March 10th to folks too. I'll have to send out a reminder about the deadlines anyway for voting, so I can remind people that the shows are happening, and I can actually figure out like when the times are going to be on those two shows.
Right, they're going to shift back and forth, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it might not. It could be 2 both weeks. If Wendy can take T'Challa on the 10th, then I can just do the normal time.
I just want to shout out Wendy and say thanks that she's making things happen behind the scenes that allows you to do the show, which is great. So shout out to Wendy. She's awesome. I got to meet her when you all came to New York. That was fun. Yeah. We went out to dinner, and Wendy's awesome. So shout out to her. Hope she's doing well.
Yeah, she's at work right now, which again is why I had to change the time. Like if she wasn't working today, then she could have just taken them and it would have been fine. But it is what it is.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I first misread the name of this band as Skank Tank, which I thought was a great name, but then I saw it was called Skink Tank. I'm not sure what a skink is, but I'm not sure if they missed an opportunity with the Skank Tank, or maybe there's already a band. There has to be a band called Skank Tank. That's just too good to not have used already. But anyway, I really dig this track, and I was glad to see they were nominated in Oceania. Let's check it out. All right. And I was glad to see they had a video for it as well. So, all right, here we go.
I don't mind going home
That's really unfortunate. His guitar is stuck in that light fixture there.
Yeah, it is. It is. And that nominee, that's a split single. So it's interesting. There's actually two bands on that same release that was nominated. So I didn't check to see if you played the other band yet, but if you didn't, I'm going to go ahead and play them on my next round. So I'll double check. You don't have to research it or anything. I'm going to check the list.
Last week I played Lantalius as my Oceania pick.
So. Oh, nice. Yes. Yeah. For me, choosing, it was between Lantalius and the Skink Tank release.
Yeah.
I really like both of those releases a lot. Yeah.
I think, it
was hard to choose actually because they're both really good.
Yeah. And the thing about, so I think people have different voting strategies. But like Lantalius has been around for a minute and like they have like 30,000 like SoundCloud followers and like they have like a presence. And I kind of try to like vote thinking about like not necessarily about with my like personal opinion about what music that I like better, but like what is going to display like a professional Creative Commons ecosystem, like that's kind of like what I think about. And so it's like, I mean, the recording on the Lantalius is really good. And like, they're putting out a lot of music and like, and they have like a following.
Yes,
and
which is
I
important.
I think that's important. So, and we've intentionally left it up for people to, especially with the regions. I mean, like I think the if you're picking a track or an album, okay, it's about the track or the album. But with the regions, it's really like we haven't really figured out how we're going to do things with the Hall of Fame, or if the Hall of Fame is even going to happen. But the regional winners have always kind of been like a Hall of Fame. Like you get inducted, basically. You're a regional winner, and then you're no longer eligible. You're still eligible for the track and album awards, but that's always how we've done it. And so, I mean, but you do need to like, I think the thing that's tricky for folks is like, you need to give like an example, like you need to provide like, here is their work. And then I think a lot of people get stuck on that work, but it's like, we're giving a work because like, to like list, like nobody needs to write a novel about,
right.
Like, so I don't know, maybe that's an area that could be improved in the future, but
yeah. And I also, as a judge, I enjoy the singles better than full albums because it's so time consuming to decide, think about it, 10 entire albums, but all the sections that are single songs, it's just so much easier and it's more time friendly for the judges. So
I mean,
then you don't want to leave out a whole work, like a whole album if it's a concept or something. So
like we cut down on the regions, but like
that also helps a lot.
We were gonna cut down on the genres too, and then like we talked about this last year, and I guess Dom just forgot about that. And he like did all the ones we did last year. Or he had like a couple that like weren't finished, but he already had like 3 things picked out, and I was like, well, we might as well just finish them at this point.
Right.
And so it's like mixed feelings about that because like there's a lot of great music out there, and if we have more categories, we're able to show that to more folks. But on the other side, it makes it there's more to get through. So we gotta figure out like we got a way to like get people like the music earlier. But I think next year like Nick is gonna do like Africa and Asia together. And he's like, if I get enough for both, we'll do them separately. And I think just like, you know, if you're covering more stuff when you're doing the, you know, when you're being a judge of a region, like I think just that, because he'll already have heard everything. Like, I mean, it's just one person, but like, you know, I think we did a better job this year, I think, than the past of like the region judges like feeding. I think this is mostly Dom, and in maybe Dom, you know, he can correct me if other people were helping him out. But I think he did a better job of like taking what was given from the regions and putting those in. I mean,
Right.
there's like either he did that or we just got like people just kind of like independently converged, but there was a lot more overlap in which I think that's good, like to have sort of a like more cohesive
Yeah, I agree.
view of things. So I think it really worked out in that respect this year.
Yeah, I totally.
I don't know how long you're planning on hanging out, but you were talking about playing the other video. Did you need to look for that, or do you have one? Or
no, but I do have it lined up, but I think it's your turn. Did I miss?
Well, no, I was just saying, like, I mean, like, if you wanted to, if you've got it, then you could go ahead and play it.
Oh, okay, I will, because since it's the flip side of the other song, they go together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right, I'll play it. This is the B-side of the same split single that we just watched, and this is Hearts and Rockets, and the name of the track is Clown Town. Now, if that release happens to win, how do you deal with that? You just list both bands at the same time. They sort of share it.
Well,
or do you send them each half of a trophy?
Yeah,
half of a chocolate bunny.
I guess we give it to Stink Tank, since they're the one that's listed.
Listed first, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're both listed actually. They're both bands are actually listed on the on the Bandcamp page, and they have both songs.
No. I mean, like they're the.
A-side?
It's like
it's on their page. It's on their page. And they're
yeah.
hosting the other band on the B side. Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's the way that'll roll down. Yeah.
Okay,
And
cool.
because again, like everything that's there about like their region and stuff is like for them. I mean, I don't even know where this other band is from, you know. They're probably close, you know. They're probably also from Australia, like, but who knows? So, yeah, that's how we'll do that.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's play through a couple of the video nominees, because, well, again, I guess I don't know if you've got other ones that you've picked out. I do want to get definitely at some point through all the video nominees though, since it is a video show. This is one I know that we've played on the show, and I know you're a fan of this band. This is the band Homefront with the track Nation.
Excellent.
Hear sounds to the nation. Hear sounds. Slanging your knuckles on the floor of hell. Spelling all your money on a cross.
All right.
I think
Nice.
it's funny. I think it's funny that they have a synth solo and then a really good one, by the way, and then they throw the synth out, then make fun of the synth, but it's not like they didn't play the synth, you know. But they
Yeah,
actually played
well-
it. They went out of their way to play it, and then they broke it.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like-
not sure. I think
I'm like, I like the synth part. I actually like
yeah,
it.
I think that so the synth I think is like a more like if you listen to Homefront, I think that's like not super uncommon. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that, but so the Chisel is like an oi band, and
Okay.
so I think that they might be like, I wonder if those guys were like toured together and like, you know, like maybe some of the fans were like hating on the synth or something, so they decided to like you know, kind of play that up and like make fun of it and stuff.
Yeah.
But then they've got the
Must be what it is.
the kind of like I don't even know if it's really like hip hop, but they've got like the dude in the chain. They've got the dudes in the chains,
Yep.
which is like not like a punk thing at all. Like, so there's a lot of like mixed like things going on here. But the
Well, yeah.
Chisel is like, they're a London-based band, and then Homefront is Canadian. So I don't know, you know, like if those guys like came over and did a Canadian tour, or if the other guy, or if Homefront went and did a UK tour. I don't know what all's going on with all of that, but yeah. So
I'm glad you picked that specific song and video, because I think out of all the Homefront songs and videos that we played, that was my favorite one.
yeah,
it's great. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think like, yeah, it was a video nominee, and like, yeah, the video is amazing. So
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, you played 2 in a row, and I'm gonna do that this time.
Sounds good.
So, another amazing video is by this little known artist named Donnie Ozone.
All right.
So, the Give Thanks video, I think we talked about it a little bit before when we played it. This is probably like the 3rd or 4th time it's been played on the show, because I know I played it in the year in review show back in December. So, yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about that video? So, and I guess the song too, so people don't have to go back and dig through the archives necessarily.
Yeah, so that was my Net Label Day release for this past year, 2023. And then after it was released, I think the video either was still being worked on or just started around that time. And that was, shout out to Pang for doing such a great job on that video. So Pang, I threw him some ideas. He came back with a storyboard, and we talked back and forth a little bit. I asked to throw in the Bob Marley figure in there and a couple other things, and he went with the more material side of the video, but of like dollar signs bouncing up and down and bags of money and stuff. That was his input. But what he was doing was trying to show visually an abstract idea of what I'm talking about. So he used money to show that, which makes total sense. But it's more blingy than I expected. But after I thought about it, I'm like, well, there's no other way for him to really show that, because it's an abstract concept. So it works out. It's kind of funny actually, because it's like, it almost like tips the hat or pokes fun at like how blingy most of hip hop is with all the money and, you know, the cars. And all the cliches now that we have. But that's it. Yeah. Pang worked on it for a couple months, and it came out later, like much after the release, because it took him a while to create it. It takes a lot of time to animate anything, of course. But yeah, shout out to Pang for doing such a great job. I definitely want to work with Pang again in the future, if he's up for it and if he has the time, because that's very time consuming.
Right. For sure.
But yeah, and and it got a lot of views. So I think it was all worth it. I think we're both happy about that, and I think it brings the song to life. I enjoy listening to the song more when I'm watching the video than just listening to it.
Yeah.
which is interesting. It's hard though because it's my song, so it's hard for me to be objective about it. But I personally enjoy watching the video versus just listening to it. And I
Yeah.
also discovered that if you turn off all the lights and watch the video, there's like I don't know if the right word is subconscious, but there's things happening in the background that you don't necessarily notice when watching it with the lights are on. There's like
Oh, yeah.
silhouettes walking around and really cool
Huh.
things that there are layers there that are really interesting. So if you watch it on a big screen at night with all the lights out, I highly recommend that because you put like these subconscious subliminal, I think is what I'm looking for, like
Yeah.
animations in there, which I really like. But that's pretty much the story. If you have any
Awesome.
questions, let me know. Yeah, but I'm really happy to have that particular video. It's like most of our videos are stitched together just from home recordings, or so it's nice to have
Yeah.
a nice spiffy polished video that Pang hooked up. So so yes, thank you so much, Pang, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
And that's
awesome.
that, man. That's Give Thanks. And it's
Let's check it out.
it's based on one of my friends who was born lucky. He was in a car crash that totaled the car. The car had 5 people in it, and everyone walked away, no problem. And the car was completely mangled. No one understands how it happened. He was riding his bike down the street, got hit by a car, flipped over the hood of the car, and landed on his feet, completely, not even a scratch on him. And these aren't the specific stories I'm talking about, but the song's based on how lucky he is. No matter what happens, it's like he's in this magic bubble, and like all these crazy, all this stuff happens to him all the time, and it's just pure luck. Like, yeah, money will just drop. Like, he'll just find $20 bills on the street all the time. Like, it's crazy. And like the lead character actually looks kind of like the actual guy, which is funny. And he actually smokes because he smokes a cigarette and everything or whatever. But I just wanted to say that it's based on a real person. So if anyone cares, but yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Some people just seem to be born with like a 4-leaf clover, and some people seem to have bad luck all the time. So I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, that's what the song's about, and that's why the video is drawn the way it is. Yeah. So anyway,
All right, let's check it out.
that's it.
Everybody's looking down and out. Meanwhile, I feel so good, I wanna scream and shout. I really don't have time for doubt. Ever since I've been convinced all things are working out. Like that time I tried to write a rap, and then I wrote a fat stack like good
Very nice.
All right. Yes. Well, let's see. You know, in the pop category, Carsey Blanton's album, it's her body of work, so it stretches. It came out this past year, but it stretches. It's like songs that came out over the past.
Yeah.
couple years. And,
Yeah, that's another thing people have different opinions about. I know some people don't think things like that should be.
Oh well, personally, I think it's pretty cool. Like if she grouped everything together and you know, it had a release. So if this song that I'm about to play was recorded in 2018 or 19 or whatever, but she repackaged it for a body of work compilation, I think that's still, and released it in 23. I think that's totally legit personally.
Yeah, I think people just think that like they're not albums, you know, the best of stuff. I think that's what, you know, like it's not a fair fight. You're cherry picking your best songs and putting them together. I think that's what people think.
I can see that, or I can see that argument.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like nobody's stopping you from putting out a greatest hits album. Like
that's right.
So if you can't beat them, join them.
That's right. I would highly recommend it. And if you're actually releasing,
speaking of Mr. Ganyo Zone, you should do that. You like everything you do is singles. You should put out a best of.
King of the Uni drops right here.
Yes, you should put out a best of.
Okay, I like that idea.
I feel like that's not the first time I've told you that, but maybe it is.
It's not.
Maybe
I like that idea, and I think I'm going to do it in 2026 because that'll be my 10-year anniversary.
Nice.
On Block.
Nice.
So I have 2 years to bring it together and put out some more singles that can be added to it.
I like it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, man. Thank you. I love that idea. You're always full of good ideas. Well,
I can't always implement them, but I have good ideas.
That's right. It's good to have too many ideas and then pick one of the good ones and go with it, you know. So, but that's one I definitely want to do if I'm still alive in 2026, which is hopefully going to happen. So, and if everything you know is what it is. But yeah, going back to Carsey Blanton, the first song off that body of work is Twister, and I love that song. And I found a video of her playing it live, and I think it's great. And I really think it showcases her talent and her whole band's talent. But so I want to dive into that next. So let's do it.
Well, it all went down when I heard him sing like a whiskey. It was wild and warm. Heard the preacher preach and the bells all ring, and then the rumble of a gathering storm. And when he took my hand, the wind blew strong. I said, put that down and back away slow. I thought about enough out of you now, mister. Well, I can't help you if you don't know. But if it ain't nailed down, we're gonna lose it in the twister. Turn tail, jump ship, hop on the train. You better run, boy, for you're in a world of pain. I can hear it coming and we ain't even kissed. If it ain't nailed down, we're gonna lose it in the twister. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure he heard a word I said, or really if I said it at all. 'Cause the next I know I was in his bed with a window and a clock on the wall. And the clock stopped ticking and the sky went blank. I said, good goddamn, now what have we done? We tried to beat the devil but we couldn't resist how we laid down when we should have turned and run. Now if it ain't nailed down, we're gonna lose it in the twister. Turn tail, jump ship, hop on the train. You better run, boy, for you're tail, jump ship, hop on a train. You better run, girl, for you in a world of pain. Can't beat the devil, so you got to resist. If it ain't nailed down, you're gonna lose it in the twister.
Yo, Carsey Blanton bringing it, man. I don't know, dude. I like that one. That's pretty killer. Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. It's your turn. It's your turn to forget to turn the mute off.
Yeah. Well, that's because I wasn't looking at the screen. I was
Yeah.
trying to get the genres that I hadn't.
Everybody gets their turn. Everybody gets their turn. But I was just saying, man, that I don't know if it's just me, but that's a killer track right there. That's a killer performance, man. I love that. I'm digging that one.
I don't remember what I voted for on the album. So she's nominated for Best Pop album, and then she has Good Woman is nominated for pop track.
Great track,
I don't remember. Like, I'm looking at these, and they're all great. I think I probably picked the Pomps for the album. I'm gonna see if I can find.
There's some serious tough choices along the way for sure. Yeah, there were some going back. There were some when I went back and forth like way too many times.
Yeah,
I had to just make a choice.
So
I had to think it through and live with it a little bit, and then make the final choice. But it's some very tough choice. A lot of good music, man.
Right now, and there's another week of voting, but right now, pop album is a 4-way tie.
Cool.
Pop track is actually being won at the moment by the Ropes of Sand track. Long time. So,
they're great.
It's
a great track. Yep.
But I just sort of curious, so people can take a look at the nominees and stuff. The best electronic track is also a 4-way tie. Best folk track, best jazz album. So I think a lot of people are best video is one that's got 5 folks. So you're one of the 4, Donnie. I don't know if you voted for yourself or not, but you're one of the 4.
I don't think I did. It makes me feel weird, but
to vote for yourself. Yeah.
Actually, I did vote. I think I voted for myself for one time. I think this time around, but I don't think it was for the video. Sorry, Pang. I love the video, but it's hard to be objective when it's your own thing.
It is,
I try to pick other people in most cases, because I feel like I can't be objective. But there was one time when I had to pick myself because I was feeling myself that day.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have a question for you. Can you see the results of this? Might be a stupid question, but I'm asking anyway. Can you see the results of the draft version, or you can obviously you're probably looking at the results of the submitted forms? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I know that it saves like your picks ahead of time, so I don't know if you were just using people's saved picks as like a or if you're looking at the actual submission.
These are the current submissions. Yeah.
Okay. So cool.
And you are currently winning the best hip hop track. I'll tell you that. So
nice. All right.
So we'll see what happens. I think the hip hop tracks are so different. A lot of
styles represented.
Yeah, I've got one coming up. Actually, we're talking about this now. Why don't I go ahead and play?
Perfect.
Play this. Excuse me. So
yeah, man.
So Give Thanks is what's nominated, which we saw the video for. So that's one of the hip hop track nominees, and this is Grosso Gadgetto, something like that. It's Italian, and Black Saturn. It's a collaboration, and the track name is Open Expression.
most humble things to obtain the most amazing things. I see why you fell like Jack Tripper. You never had a pure heart. How would you ever drop bars if your phone wasn't smart? I snatched the chain of the tourist, the purist. Never dip your toe in a pool, it ain't cold. Speaking cold, come before me and kneel. Maybe I won't unroll your scroll. Stop mid-flow, glitch, pop, industrialize the hip-hop. I experimented within a thought, built a staircase. There's new steps to be sought. I experimented within a thought, built a staircase. There's new steps to be sought. Experimented within a thought, built a staircase. There's new steps to be sought. Experimented within a thought, built a staircase. There's new steps to be sought. Experimented within a thought. Experimented within a thought. Built a staircase. Built a staircase. There's new steps to be sought. There's new steps to be sought. You gotta do the most humble things to obtain the most amazing things.
Yeah, man, that's some we got some experimental noise coming out, man, and that's incredible. I love the fusion between the spoken word, but yet it has a hip hop flow, sort of like mixed together. They're not sure where the like poetry ends and the rap begins. I love that overlap.
Yeah, and I think one of the things too. I mean, it's not nominated for its video, but like we've talked about this before. But like the video is interesting, and like all they've done. I mean, like for a lot of it is dude just like holding the GoPro and like moving it around and like ramming into the GoPro. Yeah, and like they've overlaid the turntable guy and like that, like the amount of work that took versus the Give Thanks video, like like. It's such an easy video to create, and yet it's still interesting visually. So I think people that are like it's tough to like make videos that are interesting and stuff like I mean it's tough to make a really exceptional video like the Give Thanks video, but to just make like a video that's interesting and people will watch, it's not that hard. Like anybody could do that.
Yeah, and simplicity is powerful.
Yeah.
In video, in production, sometimes when you reduce the amount of instruments you're using, the song like comes alive, Sometimes you want maximal amount of tracks or whatever, but sometimes you just need some drums, a bass line, and a vocal, and a Rhodes piano in the chorus or something. Like, I just really think simplicity, and that video specifically, the simplicity made it powerful. I liked how his vocals were out of sync. That a lot of times that would be like, I don't know about that, but because it's industrial noise rap, it's so experimental, it's black and white, there was something even about that being off that I think went with the aesthetic of the sound and everything. So I think I really like that a lot. I'm glad you played that. I really enjoyed that. I'm actually gonna look into them more. I'm gonna follow them and check out even more of their
Yeah, and you know,
because I really dig that their style.
yeah, Majorca, the net label that released that, they don't put out a lot of hip hop. You know, they're more in sort of like the like ambient electronic
okay
sort of realm. So I don't know if that hadn't been a collaboration, if they would have put that out. But I think the fact that they did, there's probably a lot more people listening to that than there would have been otherwise, you know.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people that are probably are not, you know, hitting up the hip hop scene all that much, and they're listening to that, and maybe that'll get people into it. Be like, oh yeah, you know, like maybe there's some interesting stuff out there. So.
Yeah, there definitely is. That's a WFMU 2 to 3 a.m. track. I would expect to hear that like pumping in the middle of the night. Like I love it.
My favorite, I don't think didn't end up getting nominated for anything this year, but I think my favorite noise rap performer is Void Dweller. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Void Dweller.
Yeah, I am. I know the name, so I have to go refresh my memory.
Yeah.
But I remember.
I probably played Void Dweller when you've been on. That's probably where you came across it. But he's based in Iowa, so.
Cool. I'm giving him a follow, so I'm going to come back and refresh my memory on that one.
I'd say Void Dweller is a little more intense than that as far as the like noise is involved. There's like a definite like almost like punk aesthetic to it, but it's like that, but you know, cranked to 11, like the video we just watched. But but it's definitely still hip hop, but like it is. It's on the outskirts. Like
definitely.
You know, he's busting in with like the like, you know, the minute and change tracks and stuff like that, because it's just so intense that like, you know, you're done after that.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to remember it now. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, I like the convergence of industrial and hip hop and experimental and hip hop. The legendary rapper and artist and graffiti artist Ramel Z, his philosophy was always to push it, and how can we push it and break it and rip it apart and put it back together again in new ways and not become cliche. And I feel like Ramel Z would be 2 thumbs up on these bands we're talking about, on Black Saturn and all these industrial hybrid bands. But yeah, man, they're rocking with the Ramel Z philosophy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Did you have more tracks that you wanted to play, or?
Yeah, how you doing on time?
Well, I'm thinking I'm not gonna add any more. We'll probably there's some genres we're not gonna get to, like contemporary classical. But that's fine. I mean, you know, we're only playing, or I was only going to be playing like a track, you know, from each anyway. So, it's not like everybody was gonna hear everything. And like, you know, some of the tracks don't have videos. So like, and then like, you know, some of the albums don't have any videos from the albums either. So, you know, I've been playing, you know, like this is something by that artist for some of them. So, you know, it is what it is.
Well, I think this is a good place to wrap up. I really think that the Black Saturn track was a good last track for the show, unless you have anything else.
I was just gonna play the rest, but if you want to bounce, then that's.
I was
gonna play the ones that I've got on here. There is one that I wanted to play while you were here. Is the one of the ones from Africa, Amara Fleur, Don't Let Go.
I want to
don't know
hear
if
it. I don't want to. I'm going to stick around for that.
Okay.
How many more tracks do you have lined up for today?
I have till 15. So yeah, it's probably going to be a 2-hour show again.
Then I'm going to stick around and play a couple more tracks. I think you probably played the Pomps Heart Flipper. Can you confirm that?
No, well, I mean, I haven't played it. I mean, I played the Pomps bottom of a track off that album, but I haven't played that. That's also off that album. So
Right.
yeah, if you want to play that, then
All right, then I'm going to stick around and play some videos. Since I'm not going to be able to make it in March, and since I missed last week, let's just do it while we're here. And then I don't know the next time I'll be able to do it. But so let's just rock it out. Yeah, man, what do you got? What's the next bot? Or is it my turn? Maybe it's me.
Well, it is your turn unless you want me to play the track from Africa that I just mentioned.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah.
So as a reminder, this is Amara Fleur with "Don't Let Go." Do you want to say anything about that before we watch it, or you want to watch it first?
I want to watch it first.
All right, here we go.
Don't let go. You say you're here, but it feels like you're next door. I can hear it in your tone. There's a barricade and it's made of stone. Where are you? You look like you wanna tell me we're through. But will you stop making it seem like I stopped sharing the bearings of our lost love? For you, I walked away. And if it were for you, I'd be okay. But if it were for you, I'd walk away. Sekunzima, intelula ngokukuyeka ukhala. This drama built me to be best, and I'm blessed for the test that it was. You say that I'm too much, and you're running out of patience. I will pull it down now. Did this homie really say this? Ooh, let me alone with my drink, cause it's better than the things I did. And if it were about you, I'd be okay. But if it were for you, I'd walk away. And if it were for you, I'd be okay. But if it were for you, I'd walk away. Don't let go, don't let go, don't let go.
All right, and that was one of the nominees from Africa this year.
Beautiful track. Love it. Beautiful voice. Incredible. The music speaks for itself. Beautiful video, too. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love everything about it, man. Yeah. I'm glad you played that one. I remember looking at that video and putting it on my list. So, so you took care of that one. So that's good. So that was mellow. Let's keep it mellow. I have Lontalius. Am I saying that right?
I don't really know. I think so.
I have an acoustic version of I Walked Right Into It, and I don't think you played that one yet. So I think it showcases his talent and songwriting talent and performance ability. So I'm going to go ahead with that one. And it's also in a mellow vein, so it's perfect to play right now. So.
Don't you wanna go to New York? Don't you wanna stay with me? Don't you wanna feel for something more? And don't you wanna feel it with me? 'Cause boy, I was insecure, always so immature. Heartbroken, I walked right into it, and I couldn't get out. But I'm out now. Little crisis at 21, little tragic, but it's said and done. And I guess that's the time to have it. I guess that's the time to break habits. Let some people down, really messed around, taking bets around how I feel about me when I get home. And dry eyes till I tried it on him. 'Cause boy, I was insecure, always so immature. Heartbroken, I walked right into it. A stranger till headlights finished it, and I couldn't get out. But I am out now. Oh, I couldn't get out, but I am out now. I just want you to stay for a while. I just want you to stay for a while. I just want you to stay for a while. I just want you to stay for a while.
He just wants us to stay and play some videos for a
Yeah.
while.
So last week I played the studio version of that track. So if people
Okay, well, at
wanna-
least it was a new version.
yeah, and
and it much different than the studio. The studio version is more upbeat, if I remember right. It's like
is yeah,
has to be-
and it's got the. I mean, actually, both
Very
visually and musically, it's more upbeat. Like it's brighter visually. There's a lot of light. And
okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a full band performance, and the EP that track is off of are the recordings from the Wool Hall.
Yes.
And the guy that produced that has also produced Beyonce, Frank Ocean, and the FAK Twigs. So yeah, that's yeah. So you should definitely check out the produced version. I mean, the acoustic stripped down version is great too, but yeah, it's really good. And for anyone not familiar with the Wool Hall by name, that was a residential studio set up by Tears for Fears in the 1980s. and the Smiths and Van Morrison and some big names.
Wow.
And Lentalius is he's from Wellington in New Zealand, but the studio is in England, in Somerset. But it's now like just a private studio, just a regular studio. But it used to be, like I said, the Tears for Fears studio. So yeah, I'm sure that was awesome. I don't know the like band situation, like if the guys that are playing in that video are like, I don't know if Lentalius is a band or it's just that guy. I don't know. There's not a lot of information on the Bandcamp. It's just like,
Yeah.
here's my shit.
Yeah.
But if you click onto a SoundCloud, then you're like, like he's a SoundCloud Pro user, and you see he's got like 24,000 followers, and you're like, oh, okay, like this guy, he's got a following. So, when he's doing the Spotify thing and all that kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So
His YouTube page shows just a picture of just him, so I think the name might just be him
yeah,
because of that. But that's what I was guessing, but I'm not 100% sure.
yeah. So I'm not
Maybe he's
sure.
the one for the photo shoot.
Yeah. So Eddie Johnston is the guys. Yeah. So that Lentalius is Eddie Johnston.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it doesn't say who the studio musicians are on here. Maybe the video does if people want to check that out. But they get like the studio musicians get time in the video too. So I think they shot the video like at the Wool Hall, like when they were.
Yeah, they did.
So.
I came across that video while I was picking stuff to play today, and that's why I chose the acoustic version, because I think I noticed that you already played it. I think I had looked on the list. I viewed the list and noticed you played it, so I wanted to play the different version if we got around to it, since it was so different.
Yeah. All right. Donnie, you and I will have to talk and see if we want to call it after this one.
Sounds good.
But this one for sure, I wanted to make sure I played. This is the last of the 5 video nominees. Now, I had actually suggested a different video from Jeff Rosenstock. I really like the I Liked You Better video. But
Right.
I think Rhino liked this video, and he had a little bit of a story behind this video. So this is the one that Dom ended up going with for the nominees. I'll see if I can pull up the little story. It wasn't a long one that Rhino had, but this is Doubt by Jeff Rosenstock.
Excellent.
Speak, even if it feels weird. Even if it feels weird to be yourself. Speak, even if it's hard to. Even if it hurts you. Even if your brain begins to melt. Slow motion breakdown. Panama for help. Scream. It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter anyway. So let it out. Scream louder than you need to. Loud enough to cut did get done anything you wanted to. It'd be one thing if it's once or twice, but it's every night your entire life. The redundancy of your POV, infinite serotonin, starving fever dream. Slow motion kill scream. Slow motion kill scream. Slow motion kill scream. There's no need to be scared. Nobody knows it's there. Kill all the doubt, and the doubt is never gonna go away. Kill all of the doubt, or it'll waste your day. Kill all of the doubt, or it'll never go away. I don't know how to scrape off the dog shit that's stuck on the heart of the fucking world. How to cut loose the doom that's been screwed to the roof of your fucking skull. How to make life a kind where you don't die regretting what you haven't done. You gotta chill out with the doubt, the doubt, the doubt. You gotta chill out with the doubt, the doubt, the doubt. You gotta chill out with the doubt, the doubt, the doubt. You gotta chill out with the doubt, the doubt, the doubt. You gotta chill out with the doubt. Slow motion breakdown. Slow motion breakdown. Slow motion breakdown. Slow motion breakdown. Slow motion breakdown.
All right. Yeah. And thanks to Polyvinyl Records for letting Jeff to continue to release this stuff under Creative Commons.
Yes.
All right. So this is the, I guess it's one, well, there's two sentences. I'll read them both. So just for some context, what I did when we're getting close to the end here, and Dom needed some help filling out the rest of the genre, and they're not all genres actually. Like there's a category for packaging, and then video is not really a genre, but
Right.
category is kind of a weird. It's the most technical way to talk about them would be the non-regional awards, but that's just weird. So we generally just refer to them as genres, even though that's it's kind of not technically correct. But
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah.
so I was like, hey Rhino, do you have any suggestions, for what we could fill some of these in? And he did have some. He wrote a few paragraphs, a couple paragraphs, short paragraphs. But anyway, this is the relevant section. It says, I also like Doubt. That's the video we just watched. I also like Doubt as a better video than I Liked You Better by Rosenstock. Doubt was done by the people who did Craig of the Creek and are now currently doing Spider-Man show for Disney Plus. That was me reading it ungrammatically, not Rhino typing it ungrammatically. Doing a Spider-Man show for Disney Plus. So I don't know who Craig of the Creek is, but I do know who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
So
And who Disney Plus is.
right, exactly. So and I don't know. I don't know what Jeff's relationship, with, it might be kind of the same situation with you and with what was the guy's name? Pamps?
Oh, Pang. Yeah, Pang. Yep.
Pang. Yeah.
Yep.
Just like, I guess we didn't actually. I don't think you said, like, how did that start? like did he approach you? Did you like
No,
how did you know
I
about
reached
this
out.
person?
Yeah, I reached out to him.
Is he like somebody you know in like IRL or
No, I did some research on different animators.
Okay.
The first animator I reached out to never got back to me. And then Pang, I believe, was the second one I reached out to, and he got back and was interested. So I had a bunch. I had, I think, 5 lined up, and I was going down the list.
Yeah. So and this is another thing I'm always curious about with these like collaborations and stuff. Like did you pay him or did you just say, "Hey, I want a video. I like your shit. Do you want to work with me?" sort of thing?
No,
Like,
for this one, I paid him because it was way too much work to ask someone to do for free.
Yeah.
So we worked out a price that worked for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I did pay in this case. I
Yeah.
usually don't, but it was worth it because
yeah, and I think that's
In my
important
opinion.
for people to know, like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like again, like we talked about this earlier, like you can do, and you've done this, I think, for some of your other videos. Like
Yeah.
you can do,
pretty
like
yep.
if you want to stick a camera in front of yourself and rap into it or sing into it or play your drums into it, like people will enjoy that, you know, like people
Yeah.
people like to see that sort of thing. But like if you really want something that stands out, you need to get a professional to do it. You have to pay for
Yes.
that. So
Yes, and I also think since it can be expensive, and so if you save up for your video budget or whatever, then I think this is common sense, but I just think it's a good reminder to watch how your songs do, and if you have one that seem to like it more than all your other songs, then that's the one to focus on.
yeah,
And
that's
even if
good.
it comes out, it's a good excuse to talk about the song again a couple months later when
Right.
the video's done.
yeah,
but,
yeah, that's
But instead of just every single video or just every random video, definitely look out for the one that just seems to trigger people for whatever reason
Yeah.
more. So that's probably common sense, but that's how I think about it.
yeah. Or you could be like Resurrectionists and do a video for every single song on your album.
If you have the budget for it, yeah,
Which is
exactly.
just absolutely insane. Like everything about that is insane. But did you listen to the interview that I did with Conan Neutron?
No, I didn't get to that one yet.
So Conan, he did one of the videos, so he had a little bit of insight into it, and like the band was just like, we're gonna fucking do a video for every single track. Like that was just a thing they wanted to do. And Conan, I think, had pretty much the same response. Like, that's insane. But okay, I'll help you out. And
Yeah.
but they got it done. And I think Conan is just like, okay, you put your mind to it, you got it done. Like, I don't know if that's
impressive.
something they're ever gonna do again. And like, they're good videos too. That's the
Yeah.
thing too. Like they
Right.
didn't just like, hey, we're gonna practice a song and here's a video of this song. Which I mean, like again, like if you're not gonna do anything else, you should do that. Like
Right.
if you got a band and you're going into a place to practice a song, just set up some cameras. Like people
Yeah.
will enjoy that.
Really
But
good.
but
Yeah.
that is not what they did. They did like on location stuff. They like rented out a hotel. Like it's just like insane. I don't know what the budget for all of that was, but yeah. So I played the Resurrectionists last week, but and the other thing is that like this isn't like a 4-track EP. There are 9 tracks on this album.
Wow.
And they did a video for every single one of them. So yeah, go and check that out if you just want to
great.
see the determination of Resurrectionists. So so yeah, I hope that they didn't burn out doing that, because like I really enjoy all the videos. I hope that they're able to do more of that. And
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, man. Props to them. That's incredible. That's great. That's a fun goal to make and to see.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is because normally if I have tracks I don't get to, I sort of move them to the next week and they're just sort of there. I'm not gonna do this time since it's a nomination show, so people can see the nominations. The ones that we picked and for videos and stuff. So there are 6 tracks there, and I didn't go through all of them, so there are even more. But there were 6 that I had picked out with videos, and we're gonna cut it there. Donnie, did you have anything else you wanted to mention to the people before I press the stop live stream button?
Just to make sure you check out the Block Report every month over at Block Sonic as we highlight the latest releases, and we're stopping with the top 5 of the month, and we're going to start doing an artist spotlight as we did. I believe it was 2 episodes ago. We did the Impossible Spotlight. Then we went back. We did the top 5 of the year. I wanted to wrap that up with the top 5 of the year, but then after that, we're going to be back to artist spotlight. In the last 20-minute section, it's going to be the artist spotlight, or it could be a crew spotlight, like if they're in more than one band or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, that idea. And so definitely check out the Block Report and give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Check out all the new music over at Block Sonic. A lot of great stuff coming out in the past year. Well, the whole catalog's incredible, but
yeah,
I mean, there's so much to focus on. I guess start with the last year. But yeah, and if you don't have time for any of that, just check out the Block Report to keep an ear on what's happening and then stuff you want to dig into further, like the new EATM, aka Edom, aka Eli and the Mannings, and 2 new projects by The Silent Partner, all last month. A lot of music to catch up on. Check out if you haven't already.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, Donnie.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Have a good one.